Welcome to BCom Part 3 students. In the present lecture, we are going to discuss vouching of certain receipt items. While vouching that receipt items, what points should be taken into consideration by the auditor? Firstly, vouching of rent received. The business organization can obtain income from or receipt from rent. An auditor has to verify the following documents while auditing rent received. In vouching, mostly the auditor is concerned with checking or examining of documentary evidence pertaining to that particular item of receipt. In case of rent received, the auditor should check under mentioned documents. The auditor should examine internal system followed by the concern. The students should remember this item and write in anywhere as concerned with the receipt item. Internal check system is the system in which the atom the work done by one person is checked by another person and proper control is to be maintained on the recording of transactions. The auditor should examine lease agreement or agreements. If the rent is received more sources, then we shall consider here agreements. Lease deals and verify the amount of rent, period, mode of payment, due date of payment, provision regarding repairs. These are the certain points which are directly related with rent received. Firstly, the auditor should verify the period for which rent has been received. It may be monthly, it may be yearly. Mode of payment. The auditor should also check in which mode the payment has given by the tenant. Due date of payment. Provision regarding repairs. It is necessary to repair property as per the need. The auditor should vouch the rent received with the reference to carbon copy or counterfoil of rent receipt. While vouching rent received from the tenant, the auditor should check carbon copy or counterfoil of the rent receipt. The auditor should see that rent received in time and correspondence with the tenants. Timely payment is the need of ours. So auditor should check that point very carefully. If rent rolls are maintained, the same should be examined and compared with the cash book for receipt of rent. If the number of properties are given on rent for that purpose, it is necessary to prepare rent rolls and auditor should examine that rent rolls with receipt of rent that is recorded in cash book. The counterfiles of receipts should be issued to tenants that should be checked. It means that the rent received voucher or document given by the client to the tenant that should be checked with counterfoils given by the client to the tenant. The auditor should see that if there is any rent received in advance, it is properly recorded. That is termed as income received in advance. That should be recorded to the liability side of the balance sheet. The auditor should check advanced rent very carefully. If the rent is collected through agents, for that purpose, the auditor should check agent's register and their statements. If the agent is appointed by the client for collection of rent for that purpose, the auditor should verify agent's register and their statements. If tenant is paying rent by depositing cash or check directly in the bank account of the client, cross-checking with the bank passbook should also be exercised. If the amount of outstanding rent is heavy, for that the auditor should obtain statements from tenants those have not paid rent. Generally, if the rent remained outstanding for a longer period, that is termed as unrealized rent, the auditor should know what are the causes of such outstanding and verify the records as related of outstanding rent and also correspondence with tenant done by the client. Second item we are going to discuss regarding vouching of commission received. Commission is the atom of income. Therefore, commission received is recorded on credit side of balance sheet. Sorry, commission received is recorded on credit side of profit and loss account or it is recorded in income statement. While vouching commission received, the auditor should note the following points. Commission account should be checked with the accounts of the parties paying commission. It is necessary to keep commission account separately and the auditor should verify the parties those allowing commission to the client. The auditor should go through the commission agreement to know the rate of commission, period of payment. For the purpose of knowing rate of commission allowed by the parties, that point should be taken into consideration by the auditor while considering commission received. The auditor should calculate commission amount by taking sales figures from the statement of sales. Generally, commission is calculated on sales. Therefore, it is necessary to consider the amount of sales and rate of commission. By considering these two factors, actual commission will be calculated, and that calculated commission is correct or not. That should be checked by the auditor. Commission received should be checked with the carbon copy or counterfoil of the receipt issued and cash book. While vouching commission received, there are two important aspects of checking like counterfoil of the receipt and cash book. In case of consignment commission, the amount of commission should be vouched with the copy of account sales sent to the consignor. There are two parties in consignment transaction. One is consignor and another is consignee. Consignee works on the basis of commission. Therefore, it is necessary to check account sales made by the consignee. The auditor should also check outstanding commission has rightly accounted or not. If there is balance remained uncollected, that is called as outstanding commission, that should be accounted correctly, and it is the duty of an auditor to check that outstanding commission carefully. Third item of the present lecture we are going to discuss, that is vouching of royalty received. While vouching of royalty received, the auditor should note the following points. Receipt issued for royalty received and the lease agreement are the vouchers which can be examined by the auditor for confirming amount of royalty. In case of royalty, there are two important documents that should be checked by the auditor. That two important items are lease agreement. It gives clear-cut idea about the all procedure and all conditions, tenure, period, rate of royalty, etc. Also, second item is for checking royalty, that is receipt of royalty received. The auditor should go through the lease agreement to know the rate of royalty, minimum rent, recovery of short workings, etc. These are the important aspects in given in lease agreement, and that aspect should be checked by the auditor. The auditor should see that actual calculation of royalty is based on the statement of production or output or sales. Generally mines, oil wells, stone quarries. For that purpose, the client can receive royalty. So, while considering royalty amount, the auditor should take into account the production or output or sales. The auditor should make special inquiry if minimum rent is revised and know under which circumstances it is revised and how long it was continued or will continue. Minimum rent is the another aspect which is very important in royalty account. If the minimum rent is revised, the auditor should check that point carefully and see that how long that revised minimum rent will be remain applicable. Another aspect of vouching, that is vouching of insurance claim. While vouching of insurance claim received, the auditor should note the following points. Here we are going to consider property insurance or non-life insurance. If the loss sustained to the client because of certain circumstances and client is claiming insurance claim from the insurance company and that claim has been received, therefore, while vouching of insurance claim received, The auditor should note the following points. The auditor should examine surveyor's certificate, policy, correspondence, and other documents to ascertain the date of incidence, date of claim, and amount of claim. The auditor should also check that the claim has been done within stipulated time. For verifying insurance claim, certain documents are very essential like surveyor certificate, policy, and correspondence with insurance company. Vouch cashbook entries for claim received with reference to claim register, surveyor's report, bank passbook, etc. If there is a material difference between claim settled and claim received, inquire into the same. See that claim amount is shown separately in profit and loss account and that the loss is properly accounted for. It means that suppose our client claimed rupees 50,000 as insurance claim, but insurance company settled that claim for rupees 40,000 by considering all things including technical aspects. So we have claimed for 50,000 but settled amount is 40,000. That is loss. That loss amount is to be recorded to the debit side of profit and loss account. If the insurance claim is received in the form of fixed asset, the auditor should ensure that it is credited to fixed asset account concerned. If the fixed asset lost because of certain causes and insurance company has decided as per the conditions laid down the policy to replace the fixed asset, it means the client is not receiving claim in the form of cash but it is receiving in the form of fixed asset. When the claim is received in the form of fixed asset, the auditor should see that that fixed asset is shown in existing fixed asset. Next, atom of vouching, that is vouching of bad debts recovered. Generally, goods are sold on cash as well as on credit basis. To whom goods sold on credit called as debtors. There are three types of debtors. Good debtors, it means they are paying all amount due from them. Doubtful, there is no guarantee the amount will receive from that such kind of debtors. And bad means there is no chance of getting amount of credit sales from them. While vouching bad debts recovered, the auditor should note the following points. The amount received from any debtor or liquidator or the official receiver which is written up as a bad debts in the earliest years but already written debts as a bad, but that amount realized that should be credited to the bad debts recovered account and not to the debtor's account. The auditor should see whether it is properly accounted or not. Hence, it is the duty of an auditor to check the bad debts recovered and its accounting made properly. Vouch bad debts recovered with the help of receipt issued, cash book, dividend warrant from the official receiver and related correspondence. So here the auditor should pay attention on the amount recovered on account of bad debts with the help of receipt issued by the client. Then it should be verified with cash book, dividend warrant and as related correspondence. So this is about the vouching of bad debts. In the present lecture, we have discussed certain items as related to receipt that are vouching of rent received, vouching of commission received, vouching of insurance claim received, vouching of bad debts, etc. So, in this lecture, we mostly focused on vouching items as related to receipt. The business get money on account of rent, on account of commission or insurance claim if the loss sustained to the party or client because of certain evidence and bad debts recovered. So these all items are receipt items. While vouching receipt items, the auditor should take care that receipts have been properly recorded in cash book and counterpoints of the receipts should be checked very carefully by the auditor. So, vouching is an essential component of auditing. It is the base of auditing. The success or failure of auditing depend upon the quality of vouching. Therefore, vouching is an essential aspect of auditing. And in this way, I am concluding my speech here. Thank you to all students for listening and paying attention